crazy Friday
Oh
for
my
you.
gosh, it's like I haven't talked to you in months, and it's only been a week or two.
I know you've lived a lot of lives in
I
the
have.
past week.
I have. I mean, it's incredible. A lot going on with the weather. I haven't looked at the latest data this morning, and I'm always looking at weather data, and it's fascinating. One of the big points we made in weather is that there's droughts, and then there's no droughts. Droughts are either expanding or they're contracting. And our prediction from the beginning of the season in October and November, when this pattern set up, in October, it was dry. And there was some concerns. The LRC model uses cycles to predict the weather, and it's the best model in the world at weather prediction because it's able to pick out these cycles with some human influence and some computer influence and some AI nowadays. But really, it's able to pick out these cycles. So in October, when it was so dry, how is the LRC model going to predict any rain this season if it doesn't start raining? Well, guess what happened in November? It started raining, and the dry beginning became not overly wet through the Corn Belt and back to winter wheat and for Cattle USA territory, but for most of the Corn Belt off to the east in Indiana, Illinois, they really started getting wet. And so I've been trying to explain that the probability of drought is low. It's always a possibility. There are still some dry areas of western Nebraska in the Panhandle into South Dakota. And those dry areas have actually in the last few weeks been shrinking. In our weather intelligence report that I'm posting now, and I'll post another one this week coming up, but it's clearly showcasing the drought shrinking. So that's a good trend as you go into April, because if it's expanding, then I'll tell you that I've got concern for drought. I'm not sure the whole drought's going to get wiped out, but there will be still some areas that are usually dry that will be drier, like western Nebraska. But even that area, I'm anticipating some moisture between now and before summer gets here. So we'll see how that goes. So bottom line is, the latest data is trending towards what I've been expecting. A severe weather outbreak is likely later this month again. Remember, the bad outbreak, the one that killed 8 people on ice west of Hayes out there, between Hayes and the Colorado border, they got caught in the dust storm, and we had the 30-40 car collision, including semis, and 8 people lost their lives in a dust storm. And then 2 days later, it was a snowstorm. So that's a sign that it's not going to be a drought when you go from a dust storm to a snowstorm. If you go from a dust storm to a dust storm, then that's a problem for a drought.
Yeah, I'm very grateful that you're saying that hopefully we're not going to live Dust Bowl 2.0. Because I think for me personally, as a young millennial, I'm tired of living through things that are once in a lifetime experiences personally. So I'm appreciative of that. I would like it if it could stay wet this spring for the sake of all of our listeners, and not to hit that slot on the bingo card would be really cool.
And then sometimes it can be too wet. I mean, the area of the Tennessee Valley is too wet. They're having flooding and they're above average on rainfall. But for the plains and the Corn Belt, it's probably not going to be too wet, although I do have some concern there. If I were to put odds on it, I'd say 15% chance there's a drought. So there's still some chance there. 70% chance it's probably going to be just fine, and a 50% chance it rains too much. So equal chances there, but most likely it's going to be just fine for planting, growing, harvest this season. So that's how it's looking, and everything's right on schedule. It is absolutely mind-blowing for me. And I discovered the weather pattern cycling, and when you see everything line up, like this week, there's a storm coming through the Dakotas that's going to bring some rain and thunderstorms possibly to Kansas and Missouri as well. That is right on schedule. What follows that is that big severe weather outbreak, which is due between now and the end of the month. So it's an active pattern. It's hard to stay dry when it's active like this.
Yeah, I love it. What else are we seeing for this week across the Midwest? I know we've got those severe weather outbreaks here in about 2 weeks now, I think you were saying, right? 2-3 weeks are those severe weather outbreaks, but what are we kind of seeing for this week across the Midwest? Any highs, lows? Need a ranch hand, livestock manager, or just some good help around the place? Ranchwork.com is the go-to job board for ranching-focused careers. They connect employers like you with folks who live and breathe the ranching lifestyle. With over 1 million visits a year, your job posting is going to reach a massive audience of experienced, hardworking cowboys, ranch hands, and land stewards, all right here in the U.S. And the best part, the ad rates are super reasonable. So head on over to ranchwork.com and get your job opening in front of the right people today.
Yeah, I'm going to look and see. In my latest weather intelligence report, it's been warmer than average despite those 2 cold outbreaks that we had in January and February. Overall, it's been above average, and I'm expecting that to continue. Hold on, I'm going to call this up. I just want to see the latest data, and I'm trying to call it up here. Here we go. The latest data that just came out, I'm just going to tell you blind what it looks like here. Let's see here. Through the next 10 days, there's a major storm in Canada, so just be careful of that one. It's up there, and if you have interest up there. And it's got 1 to 2 inches of liquid rain from around Manhattan, Kansas, to Columbia, Missouri, right along I-70. South of there, it's dry. The Dakotas look wet, but still western Nebraska, South Dakota, still a dry area in these next 10 days. So yeah, so everything seems to be on schedule, but that severe weather outbreak is still likely around my birthday when I'm going to turn 63 years old on April the 24th, right around then. Hopefully it's not on that day.
Hopefully it's not on that day. I am actually in Colorado that weekend for one of my other businesses, and I'm really hoping that that severe weather outbreak misses us in Colorado. I'm not going to lie, because
where are you going to be? Because there could be a snowstorm here.
Yeah, we're going to be in Colorado Springs,
Okay.
like in the mountain, like we're in Florissant. So an hour into the mountain from Colorado Springs.
Stay in touch, and I'll give you a complete update on that.
Appreciate it. Because we're supposed to be outside taking photos on Friday and Saturday. So I would really like it if it wasn't the middle of a snowstorm. It'd be pretty. But my snow pants are away. Like, I put my snow pants away already, and I'd really like not to have to bring them back.
It's right around the 24th, 25th, right?
Yep.
The more likely date for the bigger storm would be just a few days after that. So I'll see what I can do for you.
If you can talk to the big man that controls all that and have him push it a little bit, that'd be cool too.
I'll do that.
Put in a good word for me.
And if it does work out, then you can FedEx me some sourdough bread.
Yes, exactly. I'll just bring some to Colorado with me, and then it'll just be like a half-day shipment, right? Just to get it over to your house. So
I could swing down to Colorado Springs and pick it up.
Exactly. You can do your personal pickup of delivery of sourdough from Kansas.
And for those of you just listening for the first time, Lauren is #1 in the world, like our hurricane forecast from LRC. She's #1 in sourdough recipe that she has created.
I'll take it. You know what? Yes, I am. I have the best
#1 in
sourdough.
your own recipe. Right?
I have the best one in the whole world. Yep, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take you tooting my own horn right there, and we're gonna roll with it. I did bake those 2 loaves this morning, and they turned out. Mwah. I woke up this morning.
Chewy type bread, or is it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Sourdough.
So mine has a nice like crumb. So the crispy part on the top is called the crumb. Mine has a perfect crumb on it, but it's still like soft. It's crispy, but it's soft. So it's not like you're biting into it and it's tearing up the roof of your mouth, because I'm big on that. Like, so what I do to all you sourdough people out there, I doubt anyone listening to this is a big sourdough person, but when you take the lid off halfway through, you put a pan of water underneath it. That way there's steam in there. It keeps it nice and soft, and it's just chef's kiss.
Gosh, no wonder
Perfect.
you're #1 in the world in sourdough bread making. That's amazing.
Oh my gosh, I never thought we'd be here, but here we are, guys. #1 in the world.
Do you just eat the bread, or do you make sandwiches out of it?
I do the whole shebang, everything. I use it for sandwiches. I use it for just eating with my breakfast. I had some avocado toast with some eggs this morning with it.
Ooh.
It's delicious.
My gosh, that sounds good.
Delicious. It is.
I am starving right now. It sounds so good.
And you know what? Because it's sourdough and it's gut healthy, I validate all of it that I eat. And I go through a lot of it in this household. But you know what? It's gut healthy, so it's fine.
That's good. I love it.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Well, Gary, any other things we need to talk about today?
I
Other
don't know.
than me needing the little banner right here that says #1 sourdough baker.
I know.
But,
Eat healthy, have your sourdough, and I can't wait to try it someday. But no, non-inflammation. You
Yes.
don't want inflammatory foods. Sugars are inflammatory. Now, your sourdough bread sounds perfect. The perfect remedy for all that.
Yes, and I will say, I know we got to avoid those sugars. I do make a mean inclusion one that is dark chocolate and cheesecake
No.
inside the sourdough bread, swirled up in there.
Huh.
So good. So good. And it's not cheesecake. It's like a cheesecake. I call it my chocolate cheesecake sourdough, but it's just cream cheese and dark chocolate in there.
In the sourdough?
In the sourdough.
What?
In the sourdough. Yeah.
This is the whole sourdough line now. I mean, I'll promote it for you.
I love it. I love it. Well, Gary, thank you so much for your time today, as always. And to all you listeners out there, if you want to get your hands on the Weather 2020 Inside Track, all of that, and get all of these predictive models that Gary comes on here and talks about every week, make sure you head down to the show notes. We have an exclusive Cattle USA link for that to get you guys in on all of the goodness that is Weather 2020 and the predictive services that we love Gary having and his amazing brain for coming up with years and years ago. So make sure you head down to the show notes and check that out. And as always, like, subscribe, rate, review. Make sure you give us a follow. And we will see you all next time on another episode of the Cattle USA Daily Podcast. Have a good one, y'all.